Alright, folks, and welcome back to the Boys Green YouTube channel. It's time for post-match reaction following Kelly now Celtic 2 today at Rugby Park. Alistair, it was a game that was not easy at all, and I think if you looked at the scoreline, you'd think it pretty simple, but it didn't play like that, did it?
No, it was very like last year's, but we held firm this time. Maybe because we two good centre halves. I don't
I
know.
will. Brendan Rodgers actually made a point to that in his post-match conference, saying that he probably felt we would have probably lost that last season, and he's probably right, to be honest, because Alistair, we were under a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. Aberdeen winning again yesterday 4-1 against Dundee. So we're under pressure to go and pick up the 3 points, like we've been for most of the season. Really, Aberdeen have played a lot more games before us, and then we've had to kind of cause a European action. And obviously, but I was looking off for the Tuesday night, the fantastic result and the highs and whatever the Tuesday night. No disrespect to Kilmarnock, but sometimes it's really hard to adjust yourself to the lights of the Champions League to, and I think Schmeichel as well in his interview after the game referenced this as well. It's hard for maybe players to come back doing it, a call, Rugby Park, the surface, whatever. But we made obviously two changes to the sides. Scales come in alongside Adamida. How did you think they two got on? Obviously, Cameron Carter
I
has not
thought
been there
I
too.
thought it was hard for either because seeing the first half, we kind of I don't know what it is, Josh. Every time he just seems to play the new, we seem to be playing along him. And that's not the type of player Adamida is. Go back and watch the 5-0 game we won the league. We played the ball into Adamida's feet. We, we never tried to do that. I
If I,
think
If I'm being honest, but I think that was down to Kilmarnock, and I'll come on to Kilmarnock in a minute because I thought they played really well, and you used their strengths pretty well, and probably another day I thought about Kilmarnock potentially winning that game 3-0 at points, but I think that was down to Kilmarnock not letting us do that. I think that was always going to plan to try and do that, but I think we had to go long because it was that type of game, Alistair, where it was a scrappy game of football. Um, and we just had when the chances came along, we just had to basically pick. But I can understand what you're saying. But I just think Kilmarnock stopped us from doing what we'd want to do, and that is getting the ball down on the ground.
I think in hindsight, if Rodgers was picking his team again, he'd definitely put Bernardo and McGowan in because
I
the midfield especially looked very leggy.
thought the
Very
midfield looked
leggy.
sharp, to be honest. There was a point where, and this is me not having a go at attacking angles here, but there was a point where, honestly, I think that second half where Killmarnock had full control of that midfield and it was crying out for a change. And when I seen the team line up this morning, I didn't really agree with it personally, and I'll go with it because obviously the manager knows better than what I know.
And it
But
worked at the end of the day, whether we were lucky, whether we weren't.
aye, but I just thought the midfield looked really, really tired. To be honest, I thought the whole side, we didn't play our best at all today. It was kind of one of those,
Won by
just
any means
aye,
necessary kind of thing.
hooker by crook pretty much, and we got the result. The first kind of 20 minutes, I thought Kilmarnock settled into the game really well, and we just, as I said there, we looked a bit jaded. And to be honest, I didn't really see where the goal was coming from, and I'm trying to kind of remain kind of calm and try and remain. But I thought this looks a bit iffy here. I thought just players weren't on the same kind of wavelength at times. I think Maida at times was maybe wanting the ball played just a bit earlier and weren't able to find them and just things like that. But we did eventually get the goal, Alistair, and it is a cross. Let's be honest. And just
Yeah, I don't
because
know what McCory's doing, but
To
Right,
be honest,
Paul,
I think
but
it's
this
that.
is a Celtic podcast and I don't care.
I think it's because of that surface. I think that surface, the ball bounces weirder. I think
Yeah,
Ida needs to get a touch on it as well. He didn't get a touch, and I would be expecting my striker to get some sort
thanks
of
for
touch on.
another, Josh,
I
because
know.
it looked offside to me. And if he
Um,
touched it, it would have probably been touch and go whether we would have got it. I mean, I texted you at half time saying, because I was at the game, did I get a touch to that? Because when I first seen it, I thought he might have bought me studs to it, but it goes by that quick. When you're at the game, you can't really tell.
aye. No, but we were in obviously 1-0 ahead.
That
Quite
was massive.
quite fortunate. I'd say we're really fortunate. To get the lead. Obviously, some Kamala had a fair few chances. I thought first half defensively at times we were really slow getting out to our man, and there was a point in the first half where Greg Taylor just completely
Oh,
doesn't
please.
even bother to stop a cross, and it was really frustrating the life out of me. And then the ball goes into the box, and Kyle Vassell, who's not the biggest, who's not the swiftest of movers, is able to turn and get a shot out and skills and trust they'll even bother to come and close them down. And I'm not having a go at skills because I honestly thought that they were after that they had a decent shift. Then you've got the Marley Watkins chance where it's a really good chip, good move for Killmarnock, the Rob Cal McGregor of the ball, who I thought, to be honest, Alistair, get robbed quite a lot, to be honest, in that game,
Yeah,
Cal
he was,
McGregor.
he was off it today, really was.
Aye,
I know he got his goal, and to be honest, everybody round me at that particular time were absolutely begging for the half-time whistle. But we got it, and I felt that Rodgers would calm everybody down. I personally would have changed it at half time, even though we were winning. John. We needed legs in that midfield. And I think if Rodgers was to do it again, he would have made more changes in
aye.
the midfield.
I thought we needed, especially in that midfield area, some substitutions. I thought, as you said after there, Bernardo, I thought I would have brought in McCowan, I would have brought in because I just thought Hatat and Engels were really leggy. Engels actually took a really sore one at the privates as well.
Engel actually had a good shot. I think it was
Um,
Engel. It was
but
touched by the post.
no, I think that was McGregor. I think you might be thinking of
Or
McGregor had a shot
I
and it was just tipped by.
had,
Um,
had to
just
tell
before,
it
aye,
that
just
um,
before the goal. And in the second half, we didn't see any changes, and you're just kind of looking for a bit more of a calm performance because I just thought in that first half we were run ragged at times, to be honest. Um, but it kind of followed the same suit, really. I think Celtic were under pressure. And we'll come on to Casper's break in a minute because he had to pull off some fantastic saves. The one where he just has to guess pretty much to keep the score at 1-0.
he
But
reads it.
he just has to read it, and it's kind of just I go one way or the other. It's a 50-50 in terms of if you're going to save it or not. But I think overall we needed to just get that second goal because it was starting to get a bit, kind of ugly. I thought Kamala started the second half, how they ended the first half, because it was going to be interesting to see how the goal at half time affected them, and I don't think it did affect them anywhere near as much. I think they come out and they were peppering Ugo with shots and stuff like that, a lot of balls into the box. Alistair, I don't want to be critical on too many players because I just think some of the players, and
We were running an empty, so
aye, but
anybody, anybody that watched it could have seen that. We
the
were
one
running
player,
an empty.
the one player I'm going to be critical of is Greg Taylor. I hate doing it, right? I really do, because as I fully believe you win and you lose as a team, but I
To get
just
run,
it
to
was
get run.
nowhere it was nowhere near aggressive and he's challenging. There was no I don't know. There was no aggressiveness, and he's challenging. As I said, I mentioned the first half where I just thought he was struggling to stop crosses. There was points where he was struggling to throw the ball from a throw in,
I'll be
and
honest, Josh. I see Greg Taylor. I think if he's a foreign player, he gets accused of checking out. And I'm
aye,
sorry to say that, but if Engels is taking stick, Edith's taking stick, I would suggest that, that Greg Taylor is getting away, away, no scot free, because he'll always get one or two that I've never liked Taylor, myself included. But I do think Valley needs to be the first choice for New Orleans.
it'll be interesting to see what go on with Valley because I think there's stuff going on in the background personally, um, but I think that it just I struggle to see it in the performance. But back to the match, I think we had the chance to go two ahead. Nicholas Kuhn probably should score with a chance. Good layoff by Ida, and then Kuhn. It's as I said again, it's kind of just a 50-50. McCrory guesses right, pretty similar to the Schmeichel save, I would say.
He should bust the net with.
Aye. And just like the Kilmarnock one, I think it's similar to the Schmeichel save. I think the Kilmarnock player should
The
bust the
only
net as
thing I
well.
would say, Kuhn's closer in. Kuhn
Aye,
could, Kuhn's really close in. The
aye,
time Kennedy hits the one with Schmeichel's kind of closed the angle right down, whereas I think Kuhn's got more time than he actually realises.
aye. We do eventually do get the second goal. It's good what it's Nicholas can again down the right hand side. And you're thinking, is he going to square it? But he just the confidence. You're thinking, of course he's not going to square it because the confidence that this guy is.
Still wasn't happy with him for no
I,
cutting
don't-
that,
I
but
don't I don't
in the
care who
end of
scores.
the day, puts the ball in the net. So
Um, and Curls it does a brilliant finish. I thought the goalkeeper probably didn't cover his in great glory, but I don't really care.
I wasn't
Um,
really caring at that stage. I
aye,
was
I
just
know.
happy with a bit of cushion.
But then he curls it round, a brilliant finish, and then we're 2-0, and it's just all about that cushion, but it's all also about just we need to still stay switched on. I think there was still about
Quarter an
10
hour left.
probably about quarter of an hour if you include stoppage time and stuff like that. So if Kelly get a goal back within an hour, they're back to kind of square one. So it was all about just trying to see the game out from that. See the game, and we did see the game out. Kelly didn't really do it much after the second going to stuff him had. They've been kind of knocked out. They started getting a bit frustrated with the fouls. It was a bit of
Yeah,
a
well,
feisty moment between Schmeichel and one of the Kilmarnock players as well, which
Liam Donnelly.
aye, they were going at it for quite a while, I seen. So,
Yeah.
but aye, we seen it out, and that was the main thing. It's obviously not the best performance, but especially after Tuesday night, tough place to go. You know,
Well, you
Rangers.
think about it. Six, six goals against Aberdeen, three against RB Leipzig, and two against Kilmarnock. I think 11 goals in 3 games, Josh. I know it wasn't the best today, but really, you gonna care when it comes to the big picture. Another hard away game out the road.
Aye, no, that's what I'm saying. It's another really hard away game. Alistair, man of the match for me, and I don't think you're going to differ. It has to be Casper Schmeichel. What it was,
Has
if
to be
if
the Great Dane, yes.
if he wasn't in goals today, it could have been at 3-0 to Kilmarnock, and that's not an exaggeration.
Well, even
Because
the one that hits the post, Josh, it actually does well to force him to take it that early.
aye,
And, and I don't want to be a smart arse, honestly, but I did say an upgrade. I mean,
I think
Funny enough,
he's needed a game like that. I think Castle's Michael because he's not really had a game like that, but he's been kind of the main guy making the saves and under a bit of pressure because he was under the team were under pressure today, and he's kind of stood
yeah,
up and
he's
made a few
gonna build
saves.
this out. He's gonna
Aye,
build this out. I
um,
mean, I mean, at the end of the day, mate, we're 31 points out of 33. We've had the majority of games away. If we
aye.
get by Tynecastle, and I know people are going to say Hearts are second bottom,
I
don't
don't
be
think.
fooled.
Nah,
When
nah.
we go there, it'll be a completely different
I don't even think
atmosphere.
it's. I don't think it's that. I just think they've. I know they didn't manage to get a result tonight, but I thought that apparently they played pretty well as well. So I think they will got the table. I think under the new manager. But as you do mention there, obviously we've got a big international break coming up, and
Good time.
I think it's a good time just for us all to kind of because we've had a lot of games. But what have you made of this kind of section of these games? Because we're in the League Cup final. We are sitting pretty in a brilliant position in terms of Champions League. We've obviously beat Leipzig, get a draw against Atalanta. In this kind of period of games, we've also kind of continued that domestic form. Only obviously dropping points still to Aberdeen, but we're still undefeated. What have you made in this kind of period, chunk of games from
It's
obviously the
been
last international break to this?
it's it's been great, mate. It really has. I mean, I know we were all disappointed when we didn't beat Aberdeen at home, but if I was to tell you, you'll have 7 points out of 12 in the Champions League. You'll be in a cup final. You'll have thumped Aberdeen 6-0. You'll have beat the team that were second in the Bundesliga. If we won at home, what more can you ask for? No,
Aye,
mate.
very that's true.
It's been, it's been, it's been as good as you can realistically expect,
Aye,
especially after Dortmund.
I know. A lot of these, because there's a lot of things getting around about Dortmund and the difficulty of the result, and what effect that would have had on the team, and maybe there was a because after that we kind of struggled against Aberdeen, was a bit of struggling against Falkirk, we struggled against County, and maybe there was a big round of is this Dortmund result took it out of the team, but no, they've bounced back brilliantly from that result, and they've done what we could have asked for them to do. We asked for a decent result, a decent performance against Leipzig. We got that more than a decent performance. Also get a really good result. They went at Atalanta and managed to get a point, and then obviously they've continued their domestic, dominance, which has put us in a phenomenal place. We are obviously joint top at the moment with Aberdeen. We're 9 clear of Rangers at the moment, so we're in a really really good place ahead of this international break. And as I said, when we come back, we've got Tynecastle to go to, but as you said, Alistair, as well, we've came through a lot of difficult away games. I think people might overlook it. If you look at Kilmarnock today, for instance, Rugby Park, Rangers went down there and struggled. We've come away not looking the best. We've not been on our best display, but we've managed to come out with a result. A place that we struggled with last season. We've
Yeah,
also beaten Motherwell pretty comfortably at Fir Park. Another place we struggled. We dismantled St Johnston where we struggled there last season. A lot of places we struggled last season. Kilmarnock at home, we struggle. We've had what I'm trying to say is we've had really difficult away games like Hibs, St Mirren, where we can really struggle and we've came through it. Obviously the two big, what you would say, two big away games being sorry, you're probably talking about Aberdeen, which we will have after the national break, along with Hearts, and then obviously eventually we go to Ibrox in the new year as well. So we've had some really good performances in tough fixtures.
it's a good points total, Josh, is what I was
Aye.
finished up on, and hopefully we can. It's I always say the first 19 games are a bit equating points, and the second 19 games are about winning the league. That's the
Aye,
way I always looking at it. So we're more than we're more than halfway to a very good season, is what I would say.
aye. No, I think we'll end it there then. That's probably the best. A good
Yep,
place to end it on.
because my voice is starting to go, mate. So,
Um,
no,
but aye,
I'll right. No, but that was great, and 3 points in the bag and up the road. And the colour pies are rotten, by the way. I'll just
aye,
say that before get the math out there. So
aye,
no, a hail, and we'll see you when you get back for the
aye.
international break.
Aye, that's we'll end it there. That'll be it for your match reaction to Killmarnock Celtic 2 today at Rugby Park. As Alistair says, we'll be back after the international break. Until then, speak to you later and hail hail.